A tale of Palu-Land. In the calmness of a warm summer dawn, when the peatland still wore its veil of mist, a tiny nymph on a reed stem splits its skin along his back and unfurls his wings to the waking sky, and the world witnesses the birth of a dragonfly. Hello, I am Bob, and I am happy because today I am reborn. But I am not alone. The peatlands have again come to life. The soil is no longer thirsty, and it no longer feels very hot. The Paris Agreement has been overachieved, and my home is now an active zinc. I see typha growing around, and also sphagnum. I love to dash through the lush green reeds. There are water buffaloes munching in joy, and the biodiversity is thriving. I have so many friends now. Yesterday, I was playing FIFA on PS5 with my friend Spider. He always wins because he cheats with his fast reflexes. My friend Grasshopper, he's so full of enthusiasm that one time he hopped out of excitement so high that we saw him after a week. I'm also in the social circle of beetles. Some of them are stunningly beautiful. Tomorrow I will visit my cousins, the damselflies. We plan to relish the refreshing water adventures in the good quality water that my home now holds. It feels so good that I no longer fear the summer drought, as the soil healed itself, especially in terms of water retention and water conductivity. What delights me even more is that the soil does not undergo mineralization. The N2O emissions have reduced. The methane emissions are in an acceptable range. And hey, look at the people having so much fun at the Paludi fair. All dressed in brilliant Paludi clothing, relishing community-grown Paludi food and pouring themselves into peat wine. There are people enjoying Paludi sports on re-wetted peat soils and enjoying Paludi walks. Well, not to brag, but I play Paludi ball at a local club. Last weekend, I dribbled past 6 opponents with a typha ball and scored into the goalpost made of typha fiber. I also see some kids being educated about peatlands at a very young age. These people are lucky to be living in these wet times. They all are treasuring lovely experiences. Not only that, the markets and business models have evolved, especially when compared to the times of my forefathers. People are investing in Palu shares from peat associations. The cement industry is a tale of the past. I used to hear stories about them from my grandfather. They were very polluting. But now it has been conquered by Paludi materials. You know what? My favorite is Palukia, a company from Sweden that manufactures easy to assemble, long-lasting, completely biodegradable furniture based on the mixed biomass from Paludi plants. Which means less pressure on farmers for growing monocultures. Sound too good to be true, right? Well, buying furniture is a joy for my parents. Rather, what interests me is the water buffalo hot dog in the end. And hey, they also have a vegan taifa version too, especially for my sister. At times she's not very happy, as I steal a bit of a share from her. These Palukia people seem very nice because they have a big taifa wastewater treatment next to their facility. Everything feels so nice and alive. But the world has seen some darker times. The legend goes by that when the dark times were at its peak, a team of noble heroes assembled. They called themselves Paludi Summer School. Well, they did not have a hammer or a flying metal suit or a Hulk, but they did have something stronger: their mind, knowledge, and experience, through which they saved the planet. Now, we have a huge statue of them made in their honor out of Paludi material. And you know what? Even today, their guiding spirits are a blessing. As it was at this very statue that I met the other half of my soul, my love, Bea. Bea that completes me. The grace in her mosaic-jeweled eyes captivated me. And something that completes us together is Betty. Later, they moved to a nature reserve and lived happily ever after.